Okay, New York session done. Took two trades. Took one on US30. US30, no signal day, but it's an inside day. Whenever I see an inside day, I extend the previous bars, highs and lows. That becomes the range. Hard time frame breakout levels all bullish. Hard time frame peak levels all bullish. Was looking for buy setups. 8:30 NY equity open. Price was above, broke out above previous day high. Was above the previous week high. The H8 breakout level is bullish, and that first M15 bar broke out above the previous H8 high, as well as closed above the daily range. So this is a breakout setup for me. We're breaking out of the previous day high and breaking out of the previous H8 high. That's a breakout setup. Uh, there was no continuation. Next M15 closed as an inside bar, and there was news at 9 p.m. on my calendar. So did not take any continuation. There was no continuation anyways, but there was news at 9, so I waited for news. When there was no continuation, I dropped down to the lower time frames and was waiting for a pullback. So when news dropped, broke out above that M15 range, and then I was waiting for a pullback to take it up. So the way I enter pullbacks, I wait for the first bullish breakout bar to get taken out by a bearish one, flipping the bias of this time frame M1 bearish, and then I wait for the last bearish breakout bar to get taken out by a bullish breakout bar. So that's how I enter pullbacks. This is a breakout setup. Breakout setups are risky, so I take 1 bar stops on breakout setups. High risk, high reward. New York session, I also trade aggressively, and so I took this up. On breakouts, I'm waiting for a reversal, an M15 fake out, waiting for this last M15 breakout level to be reversed. So this candle right here closes below the last bullish breakout level. And so once I saw that, I trailed my stops up. Gave it some room to breathe, just in case it wants to continue the move up. But in this case, it came back down and took me out. Had my stops right below this structure right here. So this move took me out about 5R. And that's it. So breakout setup on US30 based off an inside day, breaking out of that inside day range. About 5R on US30. Next trade I took was on SPX. SPX trend continuation signal day. Hard time frame breakout levels all bullish. At the time, we're above the daily breakout level, so this was all bullish, and same with the hard time frame peaks. 8:30 NY equity open. Higher time frames are bullish, so I'd rather take a buy, but I don't have a buy setup from this position. I prefer buying from down low, like from something like this, faking out an H8 low to take it up. But I do not have an H8 high breakout to take it up when I'm inside of a range. I only take this would be a breakout setup. I only take breakout setups when I'm breaking out of a higher time frame range. So did not have a setup for this. When the new H8 bar opens up at 8, I'm waiting for the H8 bar, the new one, to get triggered. I don't wait for the first H8 bar. The first hour of New York triggered the previous H8 high, but I'm waiting for the new H8 bar at 8 o'clock to be triggered to take any moves. So I was bullish on this, but have no setup to take it up. Price triggered the H8 high, and then this M15 bar closed below, faking out the H8 high, as well as closed below the last M15 breakout level. That's a false breakout. Once I saw that, I considered taking this down, but we were still above the H8 breakout level, so did not want to do anything with that. Next M15 didn't do anything, but this M15 closed below the H8 breakout level, and once I saw that, I was ready to take a reversal. Higher time frames are all bullish, but once the H8 got taken out, the H8 is now bearish. So remember these breakout levels. I'm overall bullish above, overall bearish below. First sign of a reversal of any time frame is a fake out of its previous peak. So once the H8 previous peak gets faked out, that's the first sign of a reversal, but it's not confirmed until there's a closure below the breakout level. So this M15 closed below the H8 breakout level, and that confirms the reversal for me. there was continuation of this move, so I entered on the continuation straight on the M15, and thought that there was a decent chance that this would go to the previous day low, um, or at least the previous week high. But there's a daily breakout level right here. I don't assume that these breakout levels will get taken out straight away, so I took it straight down to that breakout level and took my profit there. So 2R on a reversal setup on SPX. Didn't take partials. It's Friday, so I don't like to hold over the weekend, so took full profit. I also don't take partials when higher time frames are all bullish. So yeah, 2R on a reversal setup on SPX. So those are the only two trades I took. Took breakout on US30 and a reversal setup on SPX. NAS, same exact setup as SPX. Was looking to overall was looking to buy, but I don't have a buy setup from an H8 high in the middle of a range. Needed to break out, um, and so on the start of the new hour, was waiting for price to trigger the H8 high or the H8 low to take it up. Triggered the H8 low here, but once SPX triggered the H8 high, once SPX went up and triggered the H8 high, then I was not. I moved on from NAS. NAS is my core pair. It's like the main one that I focus on. But once SPX triggered that H8 high, I went off from NAS. But if SPX did not trigger that H8 high, I would have entered a NAS trade as this momentum bar took out the last bullish bar on the M15 and also closed below the H8 breakout level. So if SPX did not trigger that H8 high, I would have entered straight off this M15 and I was taking it down to the previous day low. Would have taken it down to the previous day low, even though there's a breakout level here. I would assume that price would get stuck here, but 0.5R, I wouldn't take profit on something like this. I would definitely be trailing my stops once price gets here or go break even, but my target would have been here or possibly on this breakout level. Yeah, so did not take trade on NAS. Just saying how I would have entered NAS if SPX didn't trigger that H8 high. Yeah, and so gold, I really liked gold. Actually, it flipped that breakout level, going from a high underneath where we're underneath a breakout high. Whenever that happens, that's a false breakout. Whenever you flip that breakout high and you're underneath it, that's a false breakout. Those Whenever I see a false breakout, I'm waiting for a previous high fake out to take it down, fake out continuation. Whenever you fake out, go from a high to a low, that turns this into a peak formation. Those are always the best places to take trades. My favorite places to take trades are at swing points, and whenever you fake out a high and you're underneath it, that's always a swing point. So I wanted to take this down, but I was waiting for the new H8. It did fake out that first hour H8 bar, but I don't generally take first hour ones. I wait for the next hour. Did not. I was waiting for a price to come up to fake out the H8 high here, and then get below the breakout level, and I could have taken it down, but instead it went down, and I missed that setup. Could have taken this first M15 fake out bar actually, because this M15 it closed right at the start of the new hour, and it closed below that breakout level. But so I could have taken that one. Uh, we have an H8 breakout level here. I would have gone break even before price gets here and taken it down to the low of the day, or to the previous day low. Um, but once I missed that first entry, I was waiting for a fake out of the high. Did not fake out the high, and my next entry would have been on this momentum bar that flipped the M15 breakout level, but it was too close to the H8 breakout level. So did not take this trade. I don't know if I would consider it a missed setup or a skipped setup. Um, Not sure actually. I don't think I would have seen this. In hindsight, I would have taken it because it broke out below the breakout level. But in real time, I prefer to wait for the H8 high fake out. And so I think I would consider this um, a skipped setup because I was waiting for that H8 high, and yeah, no, I would consider this a skip setup. It's not a setup for me. Yep. So the reason I always wonder, I always think about if it's a skipped or a missed setup. If I miss a setup, that means that something was wrong with my routine, and so I'm trying to figure out what I could do better, and so I can add some processes so I don't miss any setups. But in this case, I start my session. Usually, I'll start at 8 p.m. And so I was waiting for that H8 high fake out. And if I don't get that, I'm waiting for a price to get below the breakout level as well as the M15. And the H8 breakout level is right here, so I wouldn't take that M15 entry anyways. So that's why I consider this a skip setup, not a missed one. So don't got to do anything to change my routine. I think I traded this as perfectly as I could. Oil was inside this H4 range, was waiting for it to get above that, um, and did not do that. There's an H8 range as well. So nothing set up for me on oil on this H8 range right here. So oil is not doing anything. I think it was also like faked out the previous week low as well. So mixed bias on oil, and was not interested to get involved in this. So that's it. Took two trades, US30 and SPX. Did not look at anything else. US pairs. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to any of these. Breakout reversal setup on Aussie above the daily range, faking out the H8 high. Breakout reversal on NU. Inside day here, not the nicest one. Nothing. USD CAD breakout, but did not give me a nice entry. Would have been a 1 bar breakout from here. Um, yeah, continuation. Yeah, that's it. So nothing. Man, this was an annoying yen move. I feel sorry for all the JPY traders who are long holding on to this. Um, yeah. So yen didn't do anything. New York, and that's it. So only two trades: US30 and SPX. Have a good weekend, guys.